Hi everyone, welcome back to the Crafty Author. My name is Anissa, I am the Crafty Author, and welcome to my quilting studio. So we are going to be finishing up this quilt that I started before Christmas on the Longarm. And I'm just going to go ahead and turn the camera so that you can see the quilting part on here. And then there will be another video to show you how I'm going to square this quilt up and bind it. So anyway, I am just going to get started. I'm gonna turn the long arm on. We are gonna be working with the Handy Quilter Simply 16. I have a 10-foot studio frame and I am going to be using Groovy Boards. So if you don't know what a Groovy Board is, I will bring the camera back here and show you what that is real quick. And we're gonna just get started. All right, so I've briefly talked about Groovy Boards before in the past when I first got this, but now that I'm a little more experienced, I can explain it a little bit better. So a Groovy Board are these boards that you can purchase from Handy Quilter. I recommend getting at least 3. It's important that you have enough to continuously do your quilt design instead of having to constantly stop and move it, the Groovy Board, so that you can get your design lined up and even and all of that. So you want to be able to just get on there and line it up. I'm going to show you mine. If you get dizzy from movement, then you might want to turn away for a sec. But this right here is my Groovy Board. And I have 3 of them. And as you can see, I have it all the way down. Now, ideally, 4 of them would be the best, but 3 is good. Groovy Boards are amazing. I absolutely love them. It makes you look like you're a professional quilter if you don't have the brain for your machine, so the tablet. And I don't have the Pro Stitcher for this. So that's why I use the Groovy Boards. I use I think they're called pantographs, which is paper that you can use your laser on the back of your machine to trace the design. Or you can free motion quilt on the front, and then you don't need a Groovy Board or a pantograph, depending on how good your, how good your free motion is. So anyway, this is for a client, and so I wanted it to look very professional, so that's what I'm doing right now. I am going to continue using this Groovy Board to quilt this quilt. So how this works, you have to buy the component for this. You have to buy the stylus, and you have to have the handlebars on the back of your machine, because you're going to quilt from the back. Normally we would quilt from the front, but because the Groovy Board goes on the back here on the table, we need to start here. So anyway, you would just drop your stylus like this right here into your design, and then you just trace around just like that, and you will be quilting this design onto your quilt. They're super easy, it goes really fast, and the product comes out so beautiful. Now I will tell you the hardest part of this is lining up the design, but once you get the hang of it, it's not hard at all. So that is how we use Groovy Boards. is taking it off of the long arm. Okay, I'm gonna go on the other side, undo all those pins, and then I'll be able to pull the quilt off of the long arm, and then I'll be able to square it up and start binding. Okay, so this is what it looks like quilted. I did use Minky for quilting on this one because that's what the customer requested. And so, as you can see, the Groovy Boards put that design on the back, or helped me to quilt it on the back, on the quilt. And this is what it looks like on the back. Turned out amazing. It looks so pretty. I think she's gonna absolutely love this. And I'll show you what it looks like on the front. This is what it looks like on the front. Now, you can really see it in the borders here, the design, but it just kind of blends in with the rest of the quilt, which is really nice, but yet it's for a little girl, so it's going to be absolutely perfect with those beautiful flowers on there. I did use isocord thread to quilt this, both in the bobbin and on the top. So I actually really find the isocord thread is wonderful to quilt with, especially on the long arm. Now, if you don't have a long arm and you're doing this on a domestic machine, you can also quilt it with isocord thread or whatever you have. I've quilted with cotton, I've quilted with polyester. Each one is different. Cotton is a little more linty, whereas polyester isn't quite as linty. And it's just each person's preference. So I prefer it for certain ones, and then other ones I just use my polyester. So anyway, I love the way that this turned out, and I think she's going to absolutely love it. And so the next steps for us to do is to square this up and get the binding done. So that will be the video that we'll post on Friday for you. All right, so I'd like to thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial where I'm showing you how to quilt with the long arm and with Groovy Boards. If you would like to follow me, the links are down below in the description box. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to give it a like. Be sure to click the little bell. You'll get notified each and every time that I upload an awesomely cool new video. And if you want to share, that's great, because sharing is caring. And that's all I have for today. Keep on crafting. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.